The blue moonlight. Once upon a time, in a quiet village, tucked between tall mountains and whispering forests, lived a kind and curious girl named Elif. She was only 9 years old, but her heart was full of questions and dreams. Each night, Elif would sit by her window and gaze at the sky, trying to count the stars. But her favorite story was one her grandmother told her every evening before bed: the legend of the blue moon. Once every 100 years, her grandmother said, a glowing blue moon appears in the sky. Only those with a pure heart can see it. And if you make a wish under its light, that wish might come true. Elif believed every word. She dreamed of seeing the blue moon and making a wish, not for toys or candy, but for something deeper. I wish I could understand people, she whispered to herself, and help them feel better. Then, one quiet night, the wind whispered through the trees, and Elif awoke before dawn. She peeked outside and her heart skipped a beat. There it was, the blue moon, shining like magic in the sky. Without a second thought, she ran outside in her pajamas, stood under the glowing moonlight, closed her eyes, and softly said, "Please, let me understand people with my heart." Suddenly, a gentle light surrounded her. Elif felt something warm inside her chest. From that moment, she could sense the feelings of others: joy, sadness, fear, love, even if they didn't say a word. The next day, she looked at her mother and saw a quiet exhaustion in her eyes. Though her mother always smiled, Elif now knew she was tired. So she hugged her and said, "Mom, let me take care of everything today. You deserve to rest." At school, her math teacher, Mr. Mehmet, who always shouted and frowned, felt different now. Elif saw the loneliness in his heart. After class, she stayed behind and said, "I think you're a great teacher. I'm really learning a lot." Mr. Mehmet looked surprised and then smiled, truly smiled, for the first time in a long while. Day after day, Elif helped people in small, meaningful ways. She comforted a crying classmate, helped her neighbor carry groceries, and simply sat and listened to the old woman down the street. Every act of kindness made the village feel warmer, softer, better. But the magic of the blue moon was not forever. On the 7th night, Elif looked up at the sky again. The blue moon still glowed, but she felt the light inside her fading. She placed her hand on her heart and whispered, "Even if the magic ends, I'll never stop seeing with my heart." And with that, the glow disappeared. But the love Elif had shared stayed behind, like candlelight passed from person to person. Her village was never the same again. They had learned, through one little girl, how powerful kindness could be. And somewhere far away, under a future blue moon, maybe another child would make a wish just as magical.